You're not lazy. I know that's not what you've been telling yourself, but hear me out. If you were truly lazy, you wouldn't feel guilty when you waste time. You wouldn't open 10 tabs trying to figure your life out. You wouldn't lie in bed at night thinking, I need to do better tomorrow. That's not laziness. That's someone who cares but feels stuck. And the real reason you're stuck? Your life might just be too comfortable. Let me explain something that completely changed how I see motivation. Because once you see this, you'll stop blaming yourself and start understanding what's actually going on. We've been taught that motivation comes from discipline, but most of the time, it actually comes from discomfort. Think about it. When your phone is right next to you, your bed is warm, food is easy to get, and there are zero real consequences for doing nothing, why would your brain choose the harder path? It won't. Not because you're weak, but because your environment is winning. You say you want to work out, but your room is quiet, your phone has endless content, and no one is pushing you. So you scroll. You say you want to start something, a project, a skill, anything, but there's no urgency, no pressure. So you delay. Not forever, just later. But later keeps moving. And this is where it gets dangerous, because nothing feels wrong enough to force change. You're not failing hard, you're just slowly drifting. And drifting feels safe. But it's also the easiest way to waste years of your life. Comfort is addictive. It gives you just enough satisfaction without requiring any real effort. And your brain loves that. It chooses easy dopamine over meaningful progress, short-term pleasure over long-term growth, distraction over discomfort, every single time, unless something interrupts that pattern. So the real question isn't, how do I stop being lazy? It's, how do I make action easier than staying comfortable? Actionable step 1, change your environment. Step 1, stop relying on willpower. Change your environment. If your phone is your biggest distraction, don't keep it next to you. Put it in another room. If your bed is pulling you in, don't work where you sleep. Go somewhere slightly uncomfortable, a desk, a chair, even the floor. Small changes like this matter because when comfort decreases, action becomes more likely. You're not fighting yourself anymore. You're redesigning your surroundings so the default choice becomes better. That's how real consistency starts. Actionable step 2, lower the bar. Step 2, make your goals almost too easy. Not, I'm gonna work out for an hour. Just, I'll do 5 minutes. Not, I'll fix my entire life today. Just, I'll start. Because right now, your brain sees effort as pain, so reduce the pain. Once you begin, momentum does the rest. Relatable reinforcement. You've felt this before. The hardest part isn't doing the work, it's starting. Actionable step 3, create small, real pressure. Tell someone what you're going to do. Set a simple deadline, even something like, I'll finish this before dinner. Why? Because without pressure, comfort always wins. But with just a little pressure, you move. Emotional insight. Here's the truth most people don't say. You don't need more motivation. You need less comfort and more intention. Mini reality check. Because if nothing changes, this becomes your routine. You think about improving, you delay, you feel bad, and repeat. Not because you're incapable, but because your life is set up to keep you comfortable, not growing. Ending. Recap. So remember this, you're not lazy. You're just living in an environment that makes doing nothing too easy. Change your environment, lower the bar, add a little pressure. That's it. Simple. Not easy, but simple. Tonight, don't try to fix everything. Just do one small thing differently. Put your phone away. Start for 5 minutes. Break the pattern once. That's how it begins. And if you keep doing that, you won't just feel motivated, you'll become someone who actually moves. Let's start there.